Well, hello. Hi guys, how's it going? I'm back with a video that you guys requested. I don't know if you can see her down here, but okay, so let's start from scratch. If you don't know who Georgia is and you didn't know that I have Savannah monitor, I suggest that you start at the very beginning because this video will be a lot more meaningful to you if you understand Georgia's story. She is a rescue, and I will link the first video where I ever introduced her to this channel down below in the description box. I suggest you pause this one, open a new tab, go watch that, and so you can learn about Georgia and our journey together thus far. We've been together since March now, I think. Like I said, I did rescue her, and when I got her, she came, well, you're gonna have to watch the other video. I can't explain it, this video is gonna be too long, but she was kind of tormented and harassed in her previous home, and all of the gnarly details are in the video. You're gonna be shocked when you watch it and just be like, what the fuck? So she was basically traumatized, terrorized, and so she became aggressive towards humans, and I don't blame her. Then I got her a giant cage made, and she became really aggressive in her cage. And so this video is basically an update, and I'm gonna let you guys know how I basically tamed her. I wouldn't say that she's 100% there. We have a lot of trust work to do together still, but I never gave up on her. I will admit that I was very close to adopting her out to somebody who has a lot of experience with Savannah monitors, because as you'll learn in the other video, I never planned on getting a Savannah monitor. She just happened to me. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. I feel like I'm already getting into it, but before we move forward, please go ahead and turn on bell notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video, and you can be the first one here watching it. And also thumbs this video up if you enjoy these types of videos. That tells me that you do and tells me what you want to see more of, so it helps me out. And also subscribe if you have not already. What are you doing with your life? Hello, animals, rescues, come on. I'm gonna grab her out and we'll be right back. Okay, I know. So this is Georgia, my Savannah monitor. She is actually shedding right now, which is amazing because we just went to the vet because she wasn't really shedding. Savannah monitors, she's hissing at me right now. Savannah monitors shed in patches, which I know, but it was a really long time, so this is good. She was soaking out here, and I'm doing a video on this enclosure right here, which is already out, so I will link that in the description box below too. It's a little DIY. I would not get this close to Georgia when I first adopted her. Like I said, she became food aggressive, and aggressive towards me in her cage. I'll paint the picture for you. Anytime I would come near her cage, she would puff up and come up to come towards the glass, and then I would open the glass and she would just charge at me. And then she looked like she was gonna bite me, and she tried to bite me a few times, and she basically was just really aggressive and was using that as a scare tactic, and it was working. And reptiles are like horses in the sense that they know when you're afraid of them and when you're not. And Savannah monitors definitely try to take the upper hand, get the upper hand, and just control you, because that's what they do with their prey. That was that pivotal moment when I was like, okay, I don't know if I've got it in me to do this. Savannah monitors, if they bite you, they can actually completely fillet your finger off. What are you doing? You gonna just scratch at my arms? Oh, yep, there we go. She's gonna make me leave. Let me adjust this so you guys can actually see her. Well, now you can't. Hi. So biting. So if a Savannah monitor bites your finger, they have some crazy, pretty gnarly teeth in there. They look small, but they're very sharp. And another thing that's a little scary that Savannah monitors do that not all other reptiles do is they will basically treat their prey like an alligator does. So they will clamp on and they will death roll that shit until it's dead, and then they will eat it. So that's what they do when they bite. It's very hard to get your finger out of their mouth, and when you try, you lose all your skin. So you basically have to be super careful. And so I talked to a gentleman, like as this was happening, when she was getting aggressive in her cage, I spoke to the guy who I was thinking about adopting her out to on the phone, and I basically told him all my issues, how she charges at me in the cage, etc. And he basically kind of gave me some tips on Savanna monitors, and I put them into play, and now we can sit on the couch together and do this. We're still not to the point where I would like move my fingers around in front of her face, and I don't think I ever would. It's at the end of the day a reptile that can hurt you, so you have to be aware of that. And as much as you have to trust them, they have to trust you. I don't think that that's smart, because at the end of the day they're not as smart as a human. Where are you going, little lady? You're just restless, huh? Where are you going? She's like, I'm gonna hide. So I spoke to him on the phone, and he said, he told me to get some gloves, and I said anytime a glove is near her that smells like the leather that it's made out of or whatever, she tries to eat it. So I was like, if my hand's in there, then that's gonna just be, what are you doing? Are you trying to bite my leg? See, you always have to be kind of on the lookout. So what I did is I got the gloves, and anytime I would open the cage and she would charge at me, I wouldn't move. Because the moment that you become submissive to that behavior, they keep doing it. They do it over and over and over again, because they're like, hey, that got her out of my area, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm a badass motherfucker. So what I did was I put my gloves on, and anytime she would charge at me, I would not back down. I would stay there, and I was like, this could end really badly. And I had my gloves on, and I would push her down. And I would grab her out of the cage and not let her move. I basically would hold her really tight and not let her squirm around, and it was kind of gross because like her back would crack and stuff as she was moving. That hummingbird just shit. I was like, what is that liquid? And then I just looked, and there's a hummingbird sitting there, and it just totally took a crap. Cool. She's hungry, actually. It's her feeding day, so I should have fed her actually before I did this video. But I would not let her move around, and I would not let her control me. So that was pretty much the defining moment of our relationship switching over to, no bitch, you're my bitch. So, and that's what you have to do with these guys. You have to strong arm them. You have to let them know that they can't walk all over you. And so now when I open her cage, she just stays exactly where she's at. And she does not try to mess with me. She doesn't try to scare me. She still will hiss at me. As I don't know if the camera picked it up, but she hisses when she's having trouble when you're picking her up, because she's quite heavy, and I don't believe that to be an aggressive thing, but she also will let out some hisses if you're going to pick her up. But she has not really tried to bite me. If she did, it would hurt, and I assume that at some point it's probably going to happen. But if we can avoid it, that's better. I love this shed that you're doing right here. This is great. Really cute. This is a good look. Oh, there's also something else super important that I do, that I pretty much do with all of my reptiles, and very important for these guys as well. It will help prevent them from getting cage aggressive, etc. is I feed her outside of her cage. So I do not associate me coming to the glass with food, because the moment that you do that often, sometimes I'll give her a treat, but that's once in a hairy blue moon, but once they associate your presence at their cage with food, they will immediately think that you have food and they're ready to eat, and they will come at you like that because they love to eat. They eat a lot, and she actually needs to eat a little bit less because she is a little chunky. She does not like her head being touched, so we're kind of working on that. I think it's just a lack of being handled. But where are you going, little lady? You just off to see the town? That is Georgia, and that is where we're at right now. That is an update for her, and as we keep working together, I will have more updates. I hope soon that we will be at the point where she's even more tame and I'm able to pet her. And you know, it's all animals are so forgiving, and innocent, so it doesn't matter what situation they come from, you can always work with them. I mean, at the end of the day, every reptile and every animal has their own personality, and sometimes they just don't want to be touched, and you have to respect that. So that's kind of what I'm not respecting right now, because I think she doesn't really want to be, she's trying to get away. Usually she just sits on my lap, but I'm gonna go ahead and put her back, and that is our update for Georgia, my Savannah monitor. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you ever have a Savannah monitor, or does a reptile this large scare you? I will admit I was a little scared in the beginning, and I'm still a little scared of her now, but I definitely do my best to hide it and just let her know that I make the rules. Huh, little lady. I'm gonna go thaw out her food and feed her, but I will chat with you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you love Georgia, my Savannah monitor. Bye guys. Did you leave this for later? Is that just, okay.